y'all, welcome back. My name is Cheryl. I am a part-time clothing reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, and today I have a what sold video. This is what sold for the week of Sunday, March 10th through Saturday, March 16th. I'm doing these weekly videos with the goal of raising my ASP as well as raising my weekly profit. So let's just jump right in. On Sunday, March 10th, the first thing that sold was this Torrid Top women's size 2 US 2X ivory short sleeve embroidery embellishment. I got this at the bins. My cost of goods was $1.14. It sold on Poshmark for $24 with discounted shipping, and my profit was $16.04. This took 64 days to sell. The next thing was this Old Navy jeans women's size 14 long curvy boot cut. I got these at the bins for $1.72. They sold on Mercari for $20, and my profit was $14.97, and these sold in 14 days. The next thing was this, oh, that was it for Sunday. Sorry. So moving on to Monday, March 11th, I sold this Madewell top women's size large navy blue floral. This came from the bins, $1.01. This sold on Poshmark for $13 with discounted shipping, and my profit was $7.02. And that was all that sold on Monday. On Tuesday, March 12th, the first thing to sell was this Arizona jean mini skirt junior size 12.5 plus. I got this from the flea market for $1. It sold on eBay for $20.39, and my profit was $15.81. And this sold in 2 days. Then I have these pair of Ariat jeans, women's. Is it Ariat or Ariat? My husband always makes fun of me. I know we talked about this in a previous video. So y'all can tell me down below if you want. Do you say it the way I do, Ariat, or do you say it the way my husband says it, which is Ariat? He swears I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know. I'm not good with pronouncing words. So anyway, Ariat or Ariat, whichever you prefer, jeans, women's size 33R, perfect rise flare. I got these at a yard sale for $2. They sold on Mercari for $30, and my profit was $23.40, and these sold in 2 days. On Wednesday, March 13th, I sold this pair of Cato jeans, women's size 26W. These came from the bins for $1.54. They sold on Poshmark for $9 with discounted shipping, and my profit was $2.49. I'd had these for a while because I bought them just thinking, oh, they're jeans and they're plus size, so the brand doesn't really matter, but brand does matter. And I had them for a really long time, and I was just going to put them in my garage sale, but I finally just decided to list them for a little bit. I think I listed them for $15, and I sent an offer, and then I think I sent one offer, and then I sent another offer. So anyway, they were only listed for 13 days, but they did sell pretty quick. Just, they only sold for $9. So it is what it is. So the next thing on that day was this pair of Link Active leggings, women's size large, red, white, floral. These were mine out of my closet. And this is a very old inventory number. In fact, when I started my inventory system, which was probably in August, I started with number 1001. So I'm using 4-digit numbers, and I started with that 1000. And this is number 1012. So literally item number 12 that I put into my inventory. So 0 cost of goods because they came out of my own closet, and they sold on Mercari for $12.15. My profit was $9.88. On Thursday, March 14th, I sold this Maury Lee dress, size 17-18, strapless, embroidered detail, navy, light blue lining. This came from the bins, $1.01, and it sold on Poshmark for $40 with discounted shipping. My profit was $28.97. I love this dress. I thought it was beautiful, and I really thought I could get about 60, but apparently it's not a really great brand, but it's such a beautiful dress, and they got a good deal, and I hope that she really enjoys it. Then I have this J. Jill denim jeans, women's size small, petite, perfect jeggings. This came from the Salvation Army. My cost of goods that day was $5.34. So the Salvation Army store, they used to do half-price clothing on Wednesday and Saturday. And so I went there on this Saturday thinking that their clothing was half price. And then I get to the register and she's rung it up. And then that's when she tells me, oh no, we don't do half price clothing on Saturday anymore. It's only on Wednesdays. And there's a sign, and she pointed at the sign because it was right there. But it's beside the register. It's not like near the door or anything else. So I had no way of knowing until I got up to the register. At that point, and I only had 3 pieces anyway. I hadn't found much that I even wanted that day, but I was just like, okay, and I was so aggravated. But anyway, so $5.34. And they sold on eBay for $15 for a profit of $9.40. Then I have another very old inventory number. This one was 1057, so not too much newer than that other one. This is a Chico's faux suede paisley print jacket, size 1. And I struggle with Chico's size. I always look at their size chart and I screenshot and put their size chart into my photos so people can see. But when you list your item, like the title, do you put the Chico size and then in parentheses put the normal size, like US whatever? Or do you just put the US size and not put the Chico size in the title? How do you do it? Let me know. Just give me your thoughts, because I've done it both ways. This time I didn't even put the US size in the title, but I did put it in the item specifics. And I also put it in the description, and then of course I had the size chart in the photos. So it's there. I just left it out of the title on this one. Sometimes I've put both. I don't know. I've done it all kinds of ways. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Anyway, getting back to it. I got this at a thrift store when we were on vacation this past summer at the beach, and that was like the early part of June. So I literally had been reselling for less than a month at that point. I paid $3.19 for it. It sold on Mercari for $9.57. So glad to see it go. And my profit was $4.42. So I never should have bought it in the first place, not really knowing much about it. But I recognized the name. I was like, oh, Chico's, somebody will buy it. Well, not all Chico's sells really well. And so I listed it in June. And then I reduced my prices every time I delist and relist once a month. I reduced the price by 5% every month. And so it had finally just got down to that amount. So anyway, next thing that I had, we're still on Thursday, are this pair of Pilcrow jeans, women's size 32. I got these at Goodwill for $7.48. They sold on Poshmark for $24 with discounted shipping. And my profit was $9.70. The next thing on that day was this pair of Secret Treasures pajamas, women's large 12-14 two-piece set. I got this at a yard sale for $1. I went to this yard sale. It said reseller, clearing out inventory, and first, I never should have even stopped, because I got there at literally at 8 o'clock, because it said on the ad that it started at 8. And she was like just now coming out the door with her boxes. So I left and went to a different yard sale and came back, and I only found like 2 things I wanted. Well, then I go to pay her, and she said, so I just found a couple of things I wanted, and I when I go to yard sales, I try to have 1s and 5s, and so I did have some 1s with me that day, but I had used them at the other yard sale. In fact, I think I went to 2 before I went to this one, so I didn't have any more 1s. I had a 5, and I only found a couple of things I wanted. I think it totaled up to $3. And I went to give her a 5, and she was like, oh, I don't have any change. And I know that I was like the first one there, and she didn't have any change. So she wanted me to cash out her to pay for it. And I felt terrible, and I was like, well, if I'm going to cash out $3. So I looked around to see if there was anything else, and I saw these, and I really thought they would fit me. But they were a little too small, uncomfortable on the top part was too small. Anyway, that's a long story to tell you. I shouldn't have bought these. But I paid $1 for them. They sold on Poshmark for $9 with discounted shipping, and my profit was $3.03. On Friday, March 15th, I sold this pair of Judy Blue jeans, women's size 18W skinny fit button fly, and they were missing one of the buttons. You can see it in the photo. It wasn't the very top button, the one right below it. And they're button fly, but I mean, if you have a pair of Judy Blue jeans and you already have a Judy Blue button, you could change it out, or, you know, whatever. I guess you could put a different kind of button on it. I don't know. I don't do repairs. I do clean. If something's stained, I try to stain treat it, but I don't make repairs. So anyway, I just listed them that way. I paid $2 for them at a yard sale, and my husband said, you never should have got those. They're never going to sell with that button missing, etc. They were listed for 5 days, and they sold on Poshmark for $27 with discounted shipping, and my profit was $17.58. The next thing is this Ariat, there we go again, shirt, men's size large polo, Tech Heat series. I got this in a bundle sale I bought from another reseller off of eBay. I have a video about that. You can go back and watch it. And I paid my cost of goods for each item. I just rounded it to $8 because I got a couple of personal items also. But this was probably the least expensive thing in that box. So anyway, it sold on Mercari for $15. My profit was $4.39. And that was it for Friday. On Saturday, first I have this Cato skirt women's size large maxi high-low hem. This was mine straight out of my closet, so zero cost of goods. It sold on Mercari for $12 for a profit of $9.78. Next I have this Pink Rose brand dress, women's large navy white strapless maxi. I got this at the bins for $1.14. It sold on Mercari for $12.55 after 3.5 months for a profit of $9.12. Then I have this Old Navy dress, girls size 5T, denim overall dress, adjustable straps. This came from the bins for $1.72, and it sold on Poshmark for $16. This was an offer from the buyer. My profit was $11.08, and it sold in 20 days. So that is the last of my sales for the week. Now let's look at my numbers and see if I'm headed in the right direction. I'm trying to raise my ASP and also raise my weekly profit, with the goal of replacing at least half of my husband's income within the next 2 years. That would allow him to stop working full time. So my sales for this week was $308.66. That is up from last week. My fees and discounted shipping, so all 3 platform fees and then the discounted shipping on Poshmark, I just add them all together. $72.29. My cost of goods for the items that sold this week was $39.29. And my profit was $197.08. And that is up from last week. Last week's total sales was $298. So this week's was $308. So that's up by $10. Last week's profit was $179, and now it's $197. So that's up by $18. Yeah, I can do math. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. My average sale price this week was $18.16. That is up from last week was $15.88. So that's good. My number of sales is down though. So I sold 21 items last week and only 17 this week. But I'm selling them for better prices, because if I sold less items but I made more money, that's definitely going in the right direction. My average cost of goods this week was $2.32. I don't know if it's really necessary to track that, but I think that there's something to be said that if I'm buying stuff from other places besides just the bins, I'm going to be paying more for it, and therefore it might be better stuff, so I can sell it for more. So I'm tracking that, even though I might not really get a lot of useful data out of it, but I guess time will tell. So my average cost of goods on the items that sold this week was $2.32, and that's up from $2.25 of last week. And then my average profit on goods was $11.60, and that's also up. Last week, my average profit per item was $8.53. So I'm definitely making good progress there. My profit is averaging above $10, where it was averaging below $10. So I'm pleased with that. So we're going to try it again next week. I'm not real optimistic if that trend will continue, because literally I have sold one item in the last 2.5 days, and it wasn't a great item. So I don't know. Whoever turned the internet off, would you turn it back on? I don't really know what's happening. Even though my sales weren't like huge dollar amounts every week, I have kind of gotten used to selling stuff every day, or if I do skip a day, it's usually only one day. But I have not sold anything in like 2.5 days until this morning, and it wasn't a great sale. So I'm trying all the things. I'm sending the offers, I'm delisting and relisting, I'm listing more. So I'm just working my business, and keep the faith, and just, what is it they say? Keep on trucking, and you'll get there eventually. So if you enjoyed the video, I appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I'm not going to say I'm brand new at this point. I'm a month in, but that's still brand new, it feels like to me, with the videos. I think this is number 5 or 6 maybe of my reselling videos. So I don't have many subscribers right now, but I'm just trying to I would like to get my subscriber count up, and absolutely I would love to have each and every one of you join me as a subscriber. But my main purpose for the channel is my own accountability, I guess would be the right word, to track my progress. I think that writing it down to go over it with y'all and being honest about my numbers is really helping me to see where I'm at and see what I need to do to get to where I'm trying to go. So that is it. I'm going to sign off for now, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye, y'all.